I'm Vic Myers. Welcome to the Resistance. You know what really ticks me off? Politicians who introduce legislation never work to get it passed, but campaign about this great piece of legislation they introduced. For instance, Senator Jeff Merkley, who is typically a pretty good guy, I guess, is in Oregon. Over a year ago, he introduced this legislation called the End Hedge Fund Control of American Homes Act. See, after the crash of 2008, all these hedge funds on Wall Street, they started buying up homes as soon as they came on the market. They're like, well, I'll buy it and I'll rent it. I'll buy it and I'll rent it. People were trying to buy homes and they couldn't because they were outpriced. The day that a house had come on and it was in their price range, some guy from Wall Street would pay cash for it. That's part of why our housing crisis is as bad as it is. Oh, and by the way, Kamala Harris was going to do something about that, just saying. Anyway, the point is, politicians do that all the time. They say, I introduced this legislation to give a puppy to all smiling kids. And then they walk away from it. The End Hedge Fund Control of American Homes Act has been sitting in committee for over a year. And I have a Google alert set up so that anytime it makes the news in anywhere, local newspaper, big newspaper, national news, any of them, I get an alert so that I can read what's being said about it. And the only people who are saying anything about it are the hedge funds, the realtor companies, the things like that don't want it. They're the only ones talking about it. I haven't seen anything about Merkley out there campaigning across America trying to get support for this legislation that would have been really good for you and me. This is another example of how the Democratic Party is letting us down because they could have been fighting for something like this. It's another example of why you and me, we need to be involved in the Democratic Party and pushing them to come back to Main Street. Good day.